Hey, it's Pete. Welcome back to Questionchrist. And today I'm going to start my series on Religilous. And I like to call this series Why Religilous is Ridiculous. I'm glad to be back. Thank you for all your kind words and all your kind wishes while I was moving. I am moved in. I am very, very excited and happy with where I'm living right now. So let's get into it, okay? The movie Religilous, it's by a man named Bill Maher. Most of you guys know he's on HBO. He has the Real Time with Bill Maher show. He's a funny dude, and he's a smart guy, okay? So I want to start by prefacing by saying that he's a smart guy. He is a funny guy. But I find him a sad guy, and I'll go into that a little bit. It's a 2-hour movie. I'm going to take as many parts as I need to do this. And this is just a small part, but it's a huge, huge deal. It starts off, originally I was going to use clips, but, with the copyright infringement thing, I'm not going to play with that. So I'm just going to have to describe it to you. It'd been a lot more interesting if I could show it to you, but I'm not going to do that. Again, watch the movie. I recommend it. I think every Christian should watch it so they can learn how to take it apart, because there's a lot of people. I don't know if if you've ever seen postsecret.com, where people post their secrets on postcards. They send them into this blog. Someone said that this movie took away their struggling faith completely, and so that's why I wanted to do these thing. So Maher was raised Catholic, but he had a Catholic dad and a Jewish mom. He wasn't raised with the mixed religions. He was raised as a Catholic, but the mom never went to church. He found that church was not relevant to his childhood. That's a quote, not relevant. And the mom wanted him to go to the church because she thought they taught him, quote unquote, good things. And then the family quit the church completely when he was 13. So I want to start with that. I was raised in the Catholic Church, okay? So I know a bit about that. And I fell away from faith because I was raised Catholic. And I know there's a lot of Catholics out there who are going to give me a lot of words about this. But I have to tell you, the amount of atheists that I have met on this YouTube and throughout just my everyday walk in life. Most of them started off as Catholics. And I think there's a real disconnect between the Catholic Church and people's everyday life. When I was raised, I'll just use my personal experience. When I was raised, it wasn't relevant to me. You just go to church. And we go to church on Sunday, and that is all you did. You did not deal with church outside of Sunday. It was something that you were guilted into doing. You had to show up. It wasn't relevant to kids at all. It was geared towards adults. The CCD classes were just like repetition. You just have to spit out answers that they needed. Nothing was really explained to you. God was a distant, far thing that no one understood. When you went to church, it seemed like everybody couldn't wait to get out of there. And now I go to Christian churches, evangelical churches, I guess you'd call it. Some would even dare say mega churches. And it's not like that. They're trying to teach kids about God at their level, because kids can't get the theology right away, but they can understand basic concepts. But they don't have that, or at least they didn't have that when I was being raised, and definitely not when Bill Maher was being raised. The other thing is when one parent doesn't go to church. I think that is a huge deal. I've heard that a lot too, where it's like, we went to church, but no one really took it seriously because we didn't do anything except for on Sundays, and my mom or my dad wouldn't go to church. I think that is an indicator to kids that you don't have to take this seriously, that this isn't real, because if mom or dad doesn't go, then obviously this is just some kind of waste of time, because they love both their parents. And if they see one of their parents not going, they don't see this as serious. If someone believes that God is who he says he is, the almighty creator of the world, and Jesus is his only begotten son, and he came down to save you and save your family, and one of you don't go, that automatically, I think, breeds doubt in someone's mind. And doubt is not bad. I want to tell you that right now. I think you should embrace doubt because it makes you stronger. Okay, it makes you stronger when you investigate and realize it is true. Okay, so but it starts breeding doubts, and if you don't, have that thirsting to investigate, you just fall off, and that's it. So yeah, raised Catholic in the Catholic Church. Mom doesn't believe in it. Sends them because it taught you good things. This isn't about being taught good things. It's being taught that who God is, and how to worship the God of the universe, and to realize that He's the one and only true God. So it's more than just teaching good things and fun feelings and fuzzy feelings. It's about teaching your children who God is. And that the whole family just stopped going when they were 13 is another indicator that things were being taken very seriously here. The other thing is they talk a lot about only going on Sundays, and I know we're being raised as Catholic. When you can't apply church to the rest of your life, there's something wrong. Like, church is where you go to have community, to learn more, to get reinforced and encouraged. But every day of my life, I'm walking around thinking, how would God want me to handle this situation? Or if I blow it, saying, wow, I really wish I had handled it the way God wanted me to handle it. And to read the scriptures and to try to live my life for God. Okay? And if we don't have that going on all day long, every day, and just only on Sundays, then it's irrelevant to our lives. And this starts very early on. Like, we have to instill in our children, we're trying to live the way God wants us to live. And every decision we make affects that. This isn't a social club that we're forced to go to on Sundays. It shouldn't be. It should be, wow, we're all together worshiping God, and now I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to be a great witness, to be a source of salt and light in this world. And we don't succeed all the time. I definitely screw up all the time. But what I'm saying is that should be the point. It's just to be encouraged. It's just to get community. It's not to have some social club that we're forced and guilted into going to, and then afterwards we're like, wow, I'm glad that's over. My kids love going to church, and I love that they love going to church. I just want to tell you a quick story. My child was, my wife was out, and there was a giant storm just recently. And the storms where we are now are a little bit bigger than the storms where we used to be. And my daughter, who's 4 years old, without me saying anything to her, she was worried about her mom. She folded her hands, and she said, God, please, please take care of my mom. I can't tell you how proud I was that she has already learned. She's already learned that you don't, that you can't rely on yourself, and you need God. I love that. So anyway, there's a lot to talk about. It's going to take a long, long time. So I want to stop there. We'll pick up again. Thank you so much. Thank you for the new subscribers, which means the last subscribers in the last 2 months since I haven't been on here. What up to Fire Cherry? What up to Herger Seamus? What up to all my old school people? I'm glad to be back, and let's get the discussion going, okay? Peace.